Hey, welcome. If you've ever needed to make something look great, but you have no idea where to start with design, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to take a quick run through of Canva, a tool that seriously makes design easy for everyone. And by the end of this, you'll know how to create your very first awesome design. So let's dive right in.
Okay, so let me ask you something. Have you ever been in this spot? You need a really sharp-looking social media post, maybe a resume that stands out, or an eye-catching flyer, but you have like zero graphic design skills. It's a super common problem, but thankfully there's a simple solution.
And that solution, of course, is Canva. Their whole mission really is right there in their tagline. It's a platform that was built from the ground up to let anyone, and I mean anyone, create amazing visual stuff without needing a fancy art degree.
So first up, design for everyone. Let's talk about what that really means. It's this core idea that you shouldn't have to be a professional to make something that looks professional. And that idea is built into every single part of Canva.
Okay, section 2. This is a big one. Start with a template. This is hands down Canva's most powerful feature for any beginner. It's the thing that's going to give you confidence from the very first click.
This is the game changer right here. This is what kills that dreaded blank page anxiety. Canva's secret weapon is that you never, ever have to start from scratch. You just browse their massive library, pick a design that looks good, and then you just make it your own.
And when I say massive, I am not kidding. Just look at this list. You can do anything from social media posts and resumes to full-blown presentations, videos, even t-shirts and logos for your new business. If you can think of it, there's probably a template for it.
Okay, now for the really fun part. Let's jump into the Canva editor itself. Now don't worry, it might look like there's a lot going on, but just think of it like your own personal workshop, where all the tools are clearly laid out and super easy to find.
Honestly, to make your first design, you only really need to know 3 simple moves. First, just click on any text. Boom, a little toolbar pops up where you can change the words, the font, the size, the color, super easy. Second, want to swap out a photo? Find a new one or upload your own and just drag it right on top of the old one. It'll snap right into place. And third, want to add a little extra flair? Head over to the Elements tab and search for anything. An icon, a shape, you name it. That's it. That's literally 90% of what you'll ever need to do.
Okay, so now you know how to use the tool, but let's talk about how to make your designs look good. We're going to cover 3 super simple rules that professional designers live by, and they will instantly level up your work.
All right, rule number 1 is to limit your typefaces, or, your fonts. I know it's really tempting to use all the cool-looking fonts you can find, but trust me, it almost always ends up looking cluttered and kind of unprofessional. It's just hard for our eyes to process all that at once. And this says it all, right? On the left, you've got that classic graphic design is my passion look. It's just chaos. But on the right, so much cleaner, so much more professional. All they did was stick to 2 fonts that work well together. The difference is huge.
Okay, moving on to rule number 2.
Use a small color scheme. Just like with fonts, less is absolutely more when it comes to color. If you stick to just 1 to 3 main colors, your design will feel so much more harmonious and pulled together.
I mean, just look at the difference here. The design on the left is kind of painful to look at, right? The colors are clashing, it's distracting, but the one on the right feels calm, it feels intentional. It guides your eye where it needs to go instead of just yelling at you.
And finally, our third and final rule.
This one's a bit more subtle, but it makes a massive difference. Create order with alignment. All this means is line things up. When all the elements on your page are lined up along some kind of invisible grid, our brains see it as organized and professional. It just feels right.
You can totally see it here. On the left, things are just kind of floating around. It feels messy, accidental. On the right, though, everything is crisp and organized. And here's the pro tip. Canva helps you with this. As you move things, you'll see these little pink lines pop up. They are your new best friend. Use them.
So just to wrap that up, here are the big pitfalls to avoid. First, always make sure you pick the right size for your project from the get-go. An Instagram story is a different shape than a printed flyer. Second, please use those pink alignment guides. And of course, remember our first 2 rules. Don't go crazy with the fonts and colors.
All right, so you've followed the rules, you've tweaked your template, and now you've got something you're proud of. So what's next? Well, you gotta share it with the world. Getting your masterpiece out of Canva could not be easier. All you have to do is look for that big share button, usually right in the top right corner of the editor. You click that, and you're good to go.
From there, you've got tons of options. You can download it as a PNG or a JPEG, perfect for images. You can grab a link to send to a friend for feedback. You can even post it right to your social media accounts or save it as a PDF if you need to print something. Everything you need is right there.
And if you're kind of wondering, is this a skill worth learning? The answer is 1,000% yes. I mean, look at these numbers. Over 135 million people use Canva every single month. And it's not just for individuals. A whopping 85% of Fortune 500 companies use it. So yeah, you're learning a tool that is seriously powerful and in demand.
So, there you have it. In just a few minutes, you've learned the basics. You have the